Clearly you all didn't get the dress memo. I came from a seminar directly here. I was going to drop off a check, and then Alan indicated that I had an opportunity to introduce Judge Greer. I was beginning to get my talking points together when Judge Greer reminded me that he has the microphone last. So I take that to heart. He's on the bench, he had the last laugh as well. So, I pretty much know what that can do. Many of you probably know Judge Greer, but those that you don't, I would say at this point he is the most beloved jurist that we have had in this area during my career, which is now close to 35 years, which I cannot believe, by the way. And my birthday was yesterday, so I was going to hook up with Alan. It was going to be great. But, you don't even know where to begin. I've never even had the opportunity to introduce Judge Greer. The folks that have been able to introduce him to get the awards that he has received throughout literally the world, it's unbelievable. But he is the most courageous judge that has really ever been in this area, much less most parts of the United States. And most of you know that he had to stand tall during the Shivo proceedings. And at a great personal cost, both of his church, many of his friends, and lawyers, midnight calls, security guards, the whole thing. His life was upside down for more years than any of us would want to give up for public service. Pat says 5, and it was 5 long years. And I spent maybe 4 of those with you, Judge Greer, as just kind of a trial lawyer behind George Philos, who was the obvious end-of-life expert. But I did get an opportunity to carry his books for 4 years, and really enjoyed it. But Judge Greer held himself, we are so lucky to have him here, that it's unbelievable. And to call him a friend is just beyond belief. And I promise you that any of you that come up to talk with him privately, just for a few minutes, you will feel like he's always been your friend. And that was the way he conducted himself on the bench. I took a lot of motions to Judge Greer, one of which I wanted to mention to tell you how smart he was. The monkey petition. So I had this case where my client was guardian over her father, and I believe it was the daughter, and one of the other children brought this damn monkey into the apartment where the dad was. And the monkey tore up the place, endangered the dad. It was just unbelievable. So I filed a monkey petition. And I said I need an injunction to prevent this child from bringing a monkey into the petition, into the apartment, and prevent monkey business. And so as we went to the hearing, Judge Greer, without cracking a smile during this entire event, finally said, well, Mr. Baskin, I don't know that the problem is only the monkey. I think we need to prevent all wild animals, all non-domesticated animals from being able to come into this place and doing monkey business or whatever they do to disrupt this man's life. So I thought he was the smartest judge I ever knew at that point, because I walked out with more than I ever expected. I could prevent lions and tigers, whatever it was I needed. So I do appreciate that. Over the years, I've gotten to know George Greer very well. I still have trouble calling him George. Maybe after a couple of wines tonight, I might possibly do it, but it's always Judge Greer. But I think he would be comfortable for most of you to call him George. I can tell you that as I was talking to him at one point, and he related to me that he was roommates with Jim Morrison, I realized that Judge Greer is a human just like everybody else, and even though he wore robes and all of that, I went to FSU, he was up there. It was unbelievable. I felt like, wow, human being, great judge, got very relaxed, and the rest is history for Judge Greer. So, Judge Greer, we'd really like to hear the story. You don't have to tell us all of the details, but as many as you will release. And he did ask me to ask if there's any members of the press in here. There being none, Judge Greer, tell us what happened.